Hello there. Kia ora. Let me introduce you to two absolutely terrible new MPs who, for some weird reason, both face exactly the same problem, who are dealing with that problem in very different ways, both of which are going to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to ratepayers, and it could have all been avoided if they'd actually shown any integrity in any of the last two elections, local and general. This is Jamie Arbuckle. He's number 6 on the New Zealand First Party list. That's what makes him terrible, being in New Zealand First. Look at their policies, they're literally the worst. This is Ryan Hamilton. Now, you may recall Ryan Hamilton from last year showing up to a meeting of sovereign citizens where they were literally baying for the execution of his co workers, and he said, "Hey, I support you guys," along with Andrew Bider, in case anybody was wondering who else was with him, and definitely who not to vote for in the next local body elections. Now, the problem that these two MPs have is that they are both elected to different local body councils. Jamie's on Marlborough District Council, Ryan Hamilton's on the Hamilton City Council. But if you leave your job as a councillor or a position comes up any time more than 12 months before the next election, it automatically triggers a by-election. And that's a bit of an issue. For Ryan Hamilton, that's what he's decided to do. It's $150,000 that ratepayers of Hamilton have to pay to find his replacement. There are 11 candidates. They're all on the website at the moment for Hamilton City Council. Check it out if you live in the ward. Make sure you vote. Jamie Arbuckle has decided to go the other route and not resign, doing the double role. Now, as a new MP, he's going to be earning quite a salary, and as a district councillor, he gets a minimum base salary of around $42,000 a year. And he can't leave until October. Now, he said he's going to pay that money back to the Remuneration Authority, but he actually can't. That's not what the law states. So he's going to be paid this money. And in fact, in the last term, he got paid $128,000 a year on average because he claimed for things like travel expenses and other meetings that he had to go to. That'll go down because government works between Monday and Thursdays. He's certainly not going to be able to attend meetings on those days and do the dual role or actually represent his people and support them in any shape, way, or form in a district council way. So he's essentially just collecting a salary so he doesn't have to trigger a by-election. It might be a smaller cost than a by-election, but still going to cost ratepayers. And the thing is, both of these could have been avoided. This is Jamie's third time running for New Zealand First, so he had a pretty good idea going into both the local body council elections last year and this general election this year that that's what he was going to be doing. For Ryan Hamilton, for some weird reason, there was advertising on Glowbox advertising spaces between last year's local body election and this year's general election. Like some weird coincidence. I wonder if they're friends at all and that has anything at all to do with what's going on. Nah, must just be a coincidence. Either way, they both knew going into last year's local body election that there was a really strong possibility that they would be running for the general election. And either way, it was going to cost ratepayers hundreds of thousands of dollars after the general election if they got in. That's not particularly an honest way to go about doing things. And the way that we fix this is literally nothing. This is just a flaw in our system that's going to cost people more money. And as a bonus, we get more awful people into Parliament.